one engineer, one producer. Who do we think would have the most compelling biopic?
I got it.
One engineer
That's so
one producer.
Here's a movie that did it amazingly funny to me.
Who?
It's a movie on Netflix
As
called.
far as a show or movie that did the audio engineering / producing thing right, what do you feel like did it? Can I give you one?
With my Haitians.
I'm in the field with my Haitians.
Lajon.
Lajon, getting money, Lajon. I like that. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing today, man?
Hey, man, it's
I'm
a
great.
beautiful day.
It is a beautiful day.
Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Shout out an RIP to Mr. Rogers.
Facts. Shout out Mr. Rogers.
I seen he had a doc.
A great doc.
I heard it was good. Was it good? Like, I heard it was good.
Tom Hanks played him. It was great.
Wow, Tom Hanks is Mr. Rogers. That's good. I like that. Shout out Tom Hanks.
Not a great singing voice, but shout out to Tom Hanks.
Oh, he had to sing
Because
stuff?
yeah.
Mr. Rogers did bust a note here and there.
Can I tell you something about? We could bring it to audio. Mr. Rogers.
We both was about to. I was like, ooh, good segue. We about to watch this.
Mr. Rogers, and I forget they're gonna kill us again. It was a legendary pianist playing every record that Mr. Rogers would sing. Everything was done live, and every intro, the Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, was slightly different because he would always improvise at one part.
Seriously,
so it was hundreds and hundreds of episodes of a different theme song every
That's crazy.
time. And
I didn't know that.
Every song was recorded live.
Hey, real quick, just had a huge favor that I wanted to ask you, and that is, could you please subscribe to the channel? It would mean so much to the growth of this podcast, as well as ensure that we're able to do more and more cool things on this channel on a weekly basis. So once again, it would mean so much. It would be a huge favor to us, and it would help us so much. Please subscribe to the channel. Okay, now, back to your episode. I had no idea about that. Well, I guess that kind of makes sense because back in those days, I guess the live show thing was like this, like the live studio audience. Like I feel like everything was really organic for the most part. That makes sense.
It's Mr. Rogers.
Then our generation figured out that those joints weren't live studio recorded.
Yo, that hurt. No. I think it all
You started, you know what it was? It was stuff like Drake and Josh and stuff, and you like, yo, where's the audience like sitting out in this high school? Like they just catching me and Doug.
They were live though. Not Drake and Josh.
Nah, but certain shows.
But all that was
it was a laugh track.
Yeah,
we found out.
Some had laugh tracks, like
But
skits and stuff. A
still,
lot
like,
of
Kenan and
SNL
Kel-
skits, I believe, aren't they pre-recorded in advance? Some of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's always
SNL
gonna be a laugh
skits.
track.
Yeah,
but
like the laugh tracks and stuff like that. Sorry, we're wrong. If we're wrong,
If
please.
we're wrong. Yeah.
But I've seen that too. Like people showing like, oh, there's laugh tracks and stuff. Like, ooh,
yeah, but like
certain
those
stuff needs to be pre-ready.
those were the later shows. I feel like.
Yeah,
They
no.
didn't
Back
really
then,
advertise.
everything
But Kenan
was
and Kel and all that and all those were in front of live studio audience.
Because right. Well, back in the day they used. I'm old enough to remember when they said this show was recorded in front of a live studio audience.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't feel like they did that and it was a laugh track. Like, you know what I mean?
I think later on they started doing a laugh track because when I think about Martin, classic example, Martin was one set for the most part. Then when they got a little more money, they had like the Genus apartment.
Yeah.
Then they had What's Up, like the radio station.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it was in his apartment. So
was it in front of a studio audience? Like, it wasn't.
that was. No, I'm saying that was.
Martin was?
That's
Oh.
crazy.
For-
I never even
if I didn't know that, that's not true. Wow.
I never even pre like from a budgeting standpoint, just like, oh yeah, season 2 they expanded. They had like Gina's pad and then like the restaurants and all that stuff. I'm like, that's hard.
That was hard. They
Didn't even think about
expanded. They expanded the sets. You think about Seinfeld, right? Seinfeld did the same thing where they had just his apartment first season for the most part. Then it started opening to Kramer, like Newman's apartment, like different people's apartment. Yeah, like the soup kitchen guy. Like everything started to open up. So yeah.
Speaking of TV shows,
Okay.
let's talk about TV shows that utilize music.
And like musical TV shows or like
like
I
the
feel like
bane of
we-
his existence.
And we said this like episode 3 or 4, but if you haven't seen this scene, All American season 1 or 2, there's a character named Coop.
shout out Coop.
Shout out to Coop.
She peeped. Shout out.
She's
shout out
probably
Coop.
the first like celebrity to like peep the pie.
That's a fact.
But there was an episode where Coop was outside trying to get people to believe in her music,
Bro.
So she took a Microsoft Surface tablet outside, opened up Pro Tools on this Microsoft Surface tablet, which, by the way, for sure caps at 16 gigs of RAM. Like
For sure.
Facts, yeah.
Maybe
max,
8.
absolute
Maybe
max.
8.
maybe 8.
Which is like
But
the bottom.
Opened up Pro Tools. Recorded a hit record outside.
Okay.
With the wind and everything.
Outside. Keep
with
that in
no
mind.
condenser mic. I don't recall.
I don't know where she. Right.
And it was a hit record.
It was a banger.
And she went on tour off this one song.
Off that one song.
Yeah.
That we never heard the full song to, but everybody was like, yo, this record's going crazy. So I say this. Okay, so I say this. What bothers me the most with music and TV is when it's super unrealistic. What I've realized is that I could imagine how other professions feel when they watch TV, because with my wife, whenever we're watching doctor shows, she loses her mind.
It's like nobody does.
She was like, the doctor doesn't do that. That's bullshit. So with me, with music, bro, but let me say this though, as when you watch music stuff, like they're in the studio, do you immediately like do this?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know, I pause. I try to. Can I tell you? All right.
Make
So
the
what
stank
shows?
face?
Like
The
what do they?
best.
What like?
Pay attention.
Let me see what they doing.
Pay attention. Empire did it some of the worst and some of the best.
Okay,
Ever.
okay.
Oh my goodness. Like,
Okay.
Dog was recording full records in one take off just his keyboard in a microphone.
That was nasty.
Like a dynamic mic.
That was nasty.
Into his keyboard.
That's a fact.
He would touch the laptop once and record the hit record in one take.
And be like, yo, we good. That's it. We cut it.
I don't know if you remember when
I never
Terrence
watched that
Howard-
show.
Terrence Howard brought the revolver to the mic and started recording.
That we that's actually a paywall. Shout out to our members. That's like that's behind a paywall. We did the episode of watching it. You remember?
Speaking of which, you want to talk about that?
Yes, I actually do.
Yeah.
Okay. What's up, y'all?
Perfect
Welcome to the
segue.
My Studio Nerds podcast, the podcast for studio nerds like yourself. Please
Studio
make sure
nerds,
you
studio nerds,
comment,
studio nerds.
like, and subscribe. And remember, one lucky person in the comment section is going to get that VIP Gold Edition Rosetta EQ, compressor, Black Vortex, or maybe by the time of this podcast coming out, the HMD Uncompressor, which is coming soon. I'm finally ready to let y'all know. Shout out to everybody that we got in beta right now. We're in beta with the plugin, and I can't wait for y'all to have that. What you
That's
gonna say?
me that he's shouting out. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I sent it to Courtney. He gonna get. I didn't send it to you. I knew you. I
He
knew,
gonna get. I didn't send you.
Yo, what's up with you?
I knew bringing that up was gonna
What's
do
up
that.
with you?
I ain't gonna lie. I knew bringing that up.
Because now you know what I want to do.
What?
I'm gonna be like
dropped the
Lucius, bring the revolver to the Loudoun and just
Bring the
yo.
revolver.
So we say that to say we have new, not even new tiers, one tier on our new the HMD Circle, and it's just $10 a month. You get all the access to the early episodes, all the secret episodes that never make it to the public because we be saying some outlandish stuff. Amongst other perks, we got new merch on the way, some fire
Craziness.
merch. Shout out to Maya and the gang.
Type.
And yeah, the perks are still there.
Yeah,
you still
and
get the money in the store.
Still getting now you're still getting $10 a month every single month in the store. You're getting exclusive episodes. You're getting those mixing and mastering videos.
Early access to the plugins. You get priority in all the live streams, any listening sessions.
Good man.
Dog, there's mad stuff. So it's $10 a month, and
Which
we
is
appreciate everybody that supports
Which
us.
is a great mention too, because I don't know if you was ready to bring this to them yet. You might also be getting more lives than just this young man.
Oh, that's right.
I'm not making any promises, but you might see a familiar light-skinned face or a familiar
we might get-
Elgene, a familiar sweater. No, I rather do. What's his new record with the bear?
Cozy?
No,
Good, what?
I'm lost.
from a bear's eye view. That joint is hard. That joint is
Oh,
hard.
that's kind of hard. I didn't see that. I don't know what that is. What's
Is
that?
that hard? I was hating.
It was a caption, yeah.
Oh, my fault, OG. My fault.
I
I was like, what's that?
Bear's eye view.
From a bear's
I
eye
said,
view?
Yo, that's swag.
But
That's
on
swag.
you writing? You a writer?
Super writer.
So yeah,
super
shout
writer.
out to all of our members. Shout out to just everybody that just made this amazing transition that we just had over. And obviously, like we said, we knocked off all the tiers and made it into a super simple format. And our Discord is extremely private. It's only for members, so it's been super high quality. Some days we're even going live in it myself and mixing stuff just for the members, and it's just been an awesome experience. So if you are an engineer, musician, or whatever, and just looking for conversation or just help, dog, you can become a member, come into our Discord, and there's a bunch of like-minded people like yourself. It's super moderated, super curated, and it's just an overall just great experience. The HMDcircle.com. You can go to the link in the description if you want to become a member.
I like
And
the
we get more
curated part.
freedom for episodes that get taken down, like the one we're referring to.
Yes.
Early on, we did a reaction to an episode of Empire upon request because there was a studio session that was being done on this episode of Empire. And
Yes.
goodness gracious, it was ridiculous. They had
What a
every loud instrument in one booth,
in one room,
2 microphones,
and a gun.
And he was recording gun sounds while rapping.
Right.
While the triangle was going off. There was a bassoon somewhere. It was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous.
Shout out to Terrence Howard.
Just mad bleed.
Mad bleed.
Hella bleed.
Mad bleed.
Mad clarity.
2 people
VXs.
recording at the same time on different mics. And
Yeah, it was nuts. And it wasn't a bi-directional. I don't think that was a bi-directional mic.
think so.
I
Were
would
the
just
joints set up on top of each other, like one like bottom up facing and one down
No, it was
facing?
just one mic, and they were just like dome, 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 dome. No cuts, no punching in. And he was rolling a gun. I was like, yo. And the engineer was like,
yeah.
I was like,
And it's
no,
like,
no
it's a hit.
engineer
No.
would have been hyping that.
I know y'all didn't watch the show, but that song would go on to win in the show. They call it the Aces, but it was a Grammy. No, it was nominated for Song of the Year
In the show.
in the song.
That's
No.
kind of funny. Okay, shout out to them.
Yeah,
shout out
so
to Empire.
and it makes me think. And one day we're gonna have him on. Shout out to Jim Beans because he did a lot.
I was gonna
of
say
music.
shout out
Shout out
Jim.
Jim.
Yeah, shout out
But
Jim.
I wonder what went into those songs. There's like, all right, add a gun sound now. We need a revolver and just spin it.
Here's my thing. I know that on sets like that, they have consultants, right? So they have a music consultant because someone created the
Yeah.
set, right? So I know that perhaps someone said, hey, that's not how we do it. But I know that maybe the crew is like, yeah, but this is TV. It'll look better this way. But it's like, yeah, but it's gonna read that people are gonna know. Like, you know, and it takes me right up. But that's another reason why when I watched it,
I can't take it to nowhere else.
I was what you call it? What happened?
I was gonna say I can't take it to nowhere else because then the narrative's gonna continue that I'm trying to turn this into the film podcast.
I know.
But no,
he's,
I'm not gonna do
he's
it.
itching. He's like, oh my
Can I
God,
say
we're
something?
talking about cinema.
But can I say something?
My
And I
cinema
feel
nerds.
bad. And I'm gonna shout out if you're watching this, and I pray that you're watching this. If you were the music consultant on that show, and you were losing these arguments to Lee Daniels about
Lee Daniels. Shout out Lee Daniels.
I feel for you because sometimes watching that show is ridiculous. There was a scene, right? And it's funny when you can tell a brand name even though they taped it off.
Yes, and I know. I'm like, that's an MXL, Mike.
Dog. So there was a scene in like a later season. Shout out to my dog Mario. Mario joined the cast.
Yes.
Funny enough, his name was Devvon.
I heard about that. Everybody was like, yo, Mario.
And they was making dope records. But this is after just a little lore.
Okay.
Terrence Howard, who owned Empire, his name was Lucius. He lost the company.
Right.
So he's restarting independently.
Okay.
So he's in his house, no AC, no soundproofing, huge house, high ceilings.
Okay.
Right.
High ceilings.
And they just found this new singer working
I'm sure.
at a tire shop named
Tire shop.
Mario. I'm gonna just call him Mario.
Okay.
So Mario comes to the house to sing. They give him headphones, but they also got this track playing from the speakers.
Oh.
And the thing is, these speakers aren't triangle. No, they're facing straight.
Right.
Right. So speaker over here, speaker all the way over there.
Okay.
He's in the middle with the microphone, no interface in sight, and then there's a laptop. And what I will give them credit for is I can never tell what DAW they were using.
Oh, they never showed that.
They always
Okay.
used a weird DAW that looked ridiculous.
Right.
But that was hard to watch.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you got the speakers playing the record,
And it's-
you're talking over, sing with passion, and it's a condenser, dog.
Okay. Okay.
Or another episode where it was Mario, it was I forget his name, but Hakeem, and it was some other light skinned dude, and they're all three making this record in real time.
Right, with one mic.
Yeah, no, 3 mics.
Okay.
In the
Okay.
same room at the same time.
Okay.
Yelling and
Okay, maybe.
taking off just
Okay,
dancing while rapping. Niggas don't dance when they rap.
But that's what takes me out. When I start seeing when people start dancing while they doing it, I'm just like, okay. Now I'm not.
unrealistic.
Nah, you're a hater.
Now, I'm not hating. I'm not hating.
You are.
I'm not hating.
'Cause you know what I
That's
think
when
it
I
is?
go, right.
I think there's a level of the suspension of disbelief where when like it's one thing to be like, this is a musical. But then when you be like, all right, it's a musical. All right, what's it about? This struggling artist. Bro, I swear to God, if I see a studio in this musical, he
here's the
recorded
thing.
one whole song. What's wrong, bro? You're not giving that energy. I don't know. And he just starts ballading. It's
That's
like,
when I
oh,
lose. That's when I'm
no.
lost. But I like the realistic. Like I don't. When
Yeah.
I was a kid, there was 3 movies. Like 3.
I know where he's going.
3 kid movies that I think did it right.
Okay.
One I think is the greatest movie of all time. Shout out Let It Shine.
The
Let It
greatest
Shine.
movie of all time?
It's Let It Shine, Wolf of Wall Street, Titanic.
That's a nasty top. Yo, that is the grossest
It's like-
top 3. I don't
it's
know if
like
you're
the
50
number one.
or 12.
It's like
And then-
no. It's like the other two you can't debate it. And number one is like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You just threw that in there.
You don't
like,
want to hear my 4 and 5.
No,
Nah,
I don't.
we-
Honestly.
don't do that.
Get Rich or Die Trying. Love don't cost a thing.
Yo, come
But,
on, bro.
Hey,
gotta
man,
chill.
Come
back
on,
to
bro.
the
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
That is the
kidding.
nastiest top 5
said-
of all
he
time.
said we
bro.
switching genres on the
but
pod, just quickly.
Let me say this: great movies.
Great movies.
Nasty together. And it,
For a top
that's a
five.
bad. That's like a what? This plate of food is like. What are you doing, bro? Like, I don't understand that.
I could argue Star Wars.
Spike Lee ain't even in there.
that.
I could argue Star Wars. I could also
Alright,
argue.
That's fair. That's
I
fair.
could
He
also-
said, now
I
you
know.
go somewhere.
Get Rich or Die Trying.
Hey,
Star Wars.
Hey, Medea's family reunion.
Okay.
No, but
No, Roscoe Jenkins.
Yeah, but-
Yo, that was your favorite
Roscoe
movie.
Jenkins
Yo,
was
I love that
fire.
movie.
when he was a little
this
kid,
day.
he used to
No.
always be like,
That's
Roscoe.
2-2. That's top 2.
Roscoe Jenkins is one of his favorite movies of all
Roscoe
time.
Jenkins is an
one of
amazing.
the- I know that about
That
Roscoe of all
movie
time.
at a young age, and I'm so sorry we just veered off, but that movie made me want an
don't wanna go
Escalade to this day. That's it made me because I never realized the Southern black families.
I get it.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
another
kind of
So,
thing.
anyways,
Let It
there's a
Shine
few
and-
movies that did it right. Let It Shine. The one little thing I didn't like was two little things. He was making the beat while making the record, but they did that right. And then there was another one where he was in the booth, but she could. I guess the booth was so dark from the control room.
Oh my God.
That she couldn't tell it was a whole nother nigga.
Yes. in there.
making this. But shout
Is
out
it
to that.
Coco Jones in it?
Yeah, Coco.
Coco
Shout out
Jones.
Coco.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Yo,
Courtney Jones.
That's a legendary. Loki,
No,
I know it's a
that's a
legendary,
legendary
movie.
cast.
Yeah, that cast is nuts.
Tyler James Williams, Abbott Elementary right now.
Right.
What's his name? Trevor Jackson.
Trevor Jackson.
Trevor was in that?
He was the singer.
Oh, that
Tyler
was
the
an
rapper.
OD.
Trevor was
Courtney
was the-
Vance.
Yeah,
Shout out
Courtney
Courtney
Vance.
Vance.
My boy
That was
Courtney
an
B.
OD
Vance.
cast back then.
And Coco
But,
Jones.
Shout out Coco.
Shout out Coco.
Yeah.
Man, shout out Coco.
I think it just
Shout out
depends.
Coco. Yeah,
it,
you know
it,
about
it
Let's-
depends because when it's a studio, bro, it just be like because I feel you. I'm instantly thinking of the girl. You super. What was it? You
Yeah,
got
you
that
pterodactyl
super-
fly.
You pterodactyl fly.
Come
But
on, bro.
I'm thinking other
Come
movies
on,
like
bro.
Rags did it right.
Rags
If
did
you
it
watched
good. Rags did it
Rags.
good. Yeah.
Well, okay, I'll say this.
Lemonade Mouth did it right.
Yes.
Because it was a bit.
I'm about to say there was a certain era of my fault to cut you where Disney and Nick kind of was like, all right.
making music
When
movies.
yeah,
but
Yeah.
when they were doing
Starstruck
it in
did it
real-
right.
Starstruck did it super right.
Then this is y'all generation.
What other shows and
I
movies
know.
did-
Yo, all the old heads. Can we get an
There's a
old head
girl with
button in the
Symphony
comments?
Miller.
Let me get an old head
How
button
to
in the
Rock.
comments.
Yeah,
How to Rock did it well. Here's the thing.
I don't know
Here's
none
a
of these
movie
movies.
that did it amazingly funny to me.
Who?
It's a movie on Netflix called Beats, and it's about this kid. When I explain it to you, it's gonna be funny.
like a trailer.
You're gonna laugh. It's a great movie. I think he uses Ableton, and it's this kid that who's super like introverted, and I think he might have something. He's just overly introverted. Like
Okay.
he's not a good people person, and he's like 15 or something, still in school, and he's just making beats, and then he gets discovered by nobody else but Anthony Anderson. Anthony Anderson is like, yo,
Anderson?
he's talented. Starts running him around the city, and the goal of the city is him getting a Dave East placement.
Dave East. Dave
But-
East.
Yeah, but it's funny.
Wow.
But it's funny.
Let me ask y'all this. So if you're anything like me, you have hundreds of plugins on your system that you barely use or never used at all. Well, we've made this super simple tool called Bypass. And what Bypass allows you to do is it allows you to easily just scan the plugins on your system, all the different formats as well on Windows and Mac, and allows you to easily delete them. Cut and simple. You can get the Bypass app at helpmedevvon.com. And I want to know y'all Bypass number. As far as a show or movie that did the audio engineering / producing thing right, what do you feel like did it? Can I give you one?
Yeah.
Insecure. There's a scene in Insecure, and I think to me it was the most like it was one of the best like explaining what a real producer is.
Yeah.
Like to me ever, where Issa was dating. She was dating that dude that was like, I'm a producer.
Yeah.
And he was like, shout out, Leon Thomas is also in that
Yeah,
show
shout out
too,
Leon,
by
yeah.
the way, secretly. And I remember she was dating a dude and he was like explaining, he was like playing a beat. And I was like, here we go. It's about to be mad corny. He was like, yeah, like the producer, somebody sent it over, but it don't got the right swing on it. Like it don't got the vibe. And she was like, what do you mean? He was like you got to understand. It's like and he did it. And the way they shot it, I was like, yo, he's
Oh, yeah,
mad
he's nice.
right. Like he was mad right. That was the first time in my life I was like, yo, who Issa Rae did
It's
such
a genius.
Is a genius. She did music so right for that show in every aspect.
Same
like
R&B.
R&B. Even the way she curated like just the music and stuff, it really set a bar to me. I was talking about this on this other thing to some other people about how she set a bar for music and shows to me. Like she, not saying she reinvigorated that, but she really gave me like a hyper, like I was more sensitive to music in a show. Like, yo, your show could match a certain energy of your music. And I started to really pay attention to that, like OD. But that show, music-wise, I think was one of my favorite shows, music-wise. Like, you was gonna hear good music, and it was just well done. Like everything, even the transition music fit with the R&B. You know,
got two.
What?
I got one that did it amazingly and one that did it some of the worst I've ever seen.
I'll tell you what some of the worst I've ever seen. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be honest, and
This is like a paywall, by the way.
I hate to say it, but Empire did do it well at points.
They did it well sometimes.
It's an entire that whole show is entirely based on the music industry. They had to have done it right. And when it came to live performance, it wasn't corny. It was real. Like, all right, it's for an award show. They didn't just have people performing right. I will say, Victorious, if y'all remember, I'm so in my little kid Nick bag.
This is not my era.
Leon, of course, was a main character, and he was just the musically gifted of the group.
He was nasty
on the show. And there was an episode where he was writing with this other character, and they were trying to write a record, and he was in just a break room, and it was literal Pro Tools. He had a piano, and had her SM7 lined up, and it was just real.
Right.
It was actually real.
You saw the set and you was like, oh, this setup looks legit. Yeah. Right.
Now, the show I did, I think did it the worst. Because I think I'm losing people with the age thing, but I'll tell you something that more people know.
What?
Power Book 3, Raising Kanan did it the absolute worst.
They had
a killer somehow learn MPC overnight and create some of the best beats I've ever
You talking about Lou. Yo, all right, I'm sorry if y'all never seen the show, but bro, you're so right, because all of a sudden Lou was like, I want to do music. Owner. And it was like, no, he was producing.
It's like they based it off of Puff.
Right.
But it was like he was really producing. Like they had him on NPCs. Like, damn, I can't get this beat right.
Right.
And then you hear it later in the show, and it's amazing.
I was
like, nah, bro, that's not how it works.
It was, it was
not fair.
That took me out. Yeah, that took me out. It was like, this is not fair. He's the greatest producer of all time in the show. But when the show, like, you know what show did it that I loved? Oh my gosh. Did you see the Wu-Tang Clan? Wu-Tang Saga?
Yeah.
They bodied that.
Of course.
Because when RZA was in the studio with the floppy disc, like you could just tell there was too many musicians around, like an artist, like hip hop too. That was like, we're not doing that. Because when RZA was over there with the I don't know if it was an ASR, I don't know what he had, but he had all the stuff that he had. Like that was real. Like when he lost all their albums on the floppy disc and he lost all those beats, I felt that. Like I was like,
of course.
Damn. I felt it so much that they made like a and maybe you can help me. What is it when a director takes a moment and embellishes it and makes it like super like dramatic, where it's like remember it was a flood that ruined the floppy disk, but they showed it like him drowning in the water, like drowning, like he was drowning. Look for the disc.
That's just dramatization.
Okay, it was just a dramatization of that moment, but I ain't gonna lie. Word, because if my stuff flooded, that's it. Of
course,
like I'm drowning.
I feel but another.
It's a great show. That was my favorite. That's one of my favorite music shows.
A parallel to that, I feel like didn't do it well was and I'm not. It was a great movie, but Straight Outta Compton. Like it felt musically. Like there was a point where they introduced Snoop into the movie.
Yeah,
and they're doing forget the record, but 1, 2, 3
into the foe,
and it's just him at the MPC making the beat in real time, and then. They just start rapping back and forth like, is this how it went for real?
Is this really how it went?
It's Hollywood. I get it. You got to sell it. But I will say, though, like, I like it. I was cool with it. Like, yeah.
I think probably my favorite, this is funny because it kind of does the opposite. I think my favorite representation of it is in Atlanta.
Atlanta was a great show.
For a show where, like, literally music is a part of the core identity.
Right.
It kind of feels, which is part of the theme of Atlanta, those that know, it's like the music doesn't matter.
Yes.
Like it's everything else that surrounds the music. Like the session with
I agree.
With Homeboy.
Who?
That the artist that they was trying to get Al in the studio with, and then they finally got there, and then the producer kept messing up. And then it was like, yo, Paperboy, you and your man's cut. We gonna handle some business. And it's like, Okay.
Okay.
They just left the dude. The producer was like, "Wait, don't leave me." And they just closed the door on him.
I remember that. That was
I
crazy.
was like, "Yo, this is exaggerated, but this could be like this is something that had to happen."
Seasons 3 and 4 truly just said,
Yeah.
forget the music. It's just he's famous now.
Yeah.
This is the life, and that was it.
It was about the
Shows do
lifestyle.
that,
But I will say, I felt like season 4 just went way off the plot.
Twin Peaks.
And I understand, yes. And but what I will say is, I do understand Donald Glover, very creative, but it definitely just completely went
off
from
the rail.
what season 1 and 2 was, which I love.
They did that with P Valley too. Like P Valley
Yeah.
is. Let me preface this. It's an
Go ahead.
amazing show.
Right,
Absolutely.
music.
It's
Without a
like
doubt,
the
yeah.
music is so good, it could be in my playlist.
Yeah.
I just mean from an engineer artist standpoint, I feel like the story didn't take him back to the studio ever after season 1.
But the music
Yeah.
was what was really like, yo, this is really
Yeah,
good,
like,
bro.
Remember
Like,
even in season 2, the first episode, and it was they was tackling like that pandemic thing, and he made that record from the kitchen,
and it was
cool. It was
hard, bro. He
as
was
hell.
beating on the thing, dun.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie. But 7
I
pounds
love
pressure.
when music is very.
7 pounds
Actually,
pressure.
I have a question for y'all then.
Okay.
Which show, or is there an idea from just a music standpoint, of something you would like to see adapted into a TV show or film? Like I have one.
Can
already.
I be honest with you? I think this would throw people off OD. Okay, I'd rather ask the question that I'm like, oh, would that work? A show about would a show about a producer? Would people care about a show about a producer?
Depends.
Because I feel like there's
What
a
type
way
of
to
show?
do it.
Yeah.
Is
Can
it
I tell
a
you-
famous producer always working with somebody new, or is it
Right. Yes.
like a Billie Eilish type thing?
Maybe
where-
he's always working. Maybe in the show he's always working with somebody new, but he also finds that one artist that he believes in that no one believes in. That artist blows up, and like there's something
and
there.
then the artist stops working with him. Like that'd be crazy.
I think it'd be great. I think the producer would be the best way. Besides like the typical of the artist, I think a producer would be dope. Can I keep it a thou out with you? I think it's easier than you think. Because this is something that I've been actually considering doing, which, damn, I hate that I'm saying it out loud. But I would love to do like this kind of like episodic thing.
Oh yeah, like The Office-ish.
Kinda.
Yeah.
We talked about it for years.
But it's like a music studio, or
it was like a
label?
music. It's based at a music studio.
You just call it. You just call it. You just call it. The
And then
label.
random.
And the label. And he won.
label.
He wrote a script. Didn't you write a script?
Yeah.
He wrote a script and everything for
Oh,
it.
then what are we talking about? Move forward.
Okay,
He
let's
said
not talk
move
about it.
forward.
Let's not talk about it. I wanted to do it.
I
we can do
have.
it.
I would love to see, and it's more. I guess
possible.
We just gotta take a day.
Yeah.
We just gotta map it out and then book the studio and then like
Take a day.
do a day.
It's possible.
Let's
What
get
you
mixed
said?
by Allentown.
Huh. What happened?
Oh
Get
yeah.
mixed by
shit.
Allentown.
Yo, for sure, I would get the cast.
That'd
I'll
be
be like,
perfect.
yo, mixed by LB.
Why are
and
we
Cat.
talking about this?
Yeah, I'm wild. I'm tripping. Do not take that. Oh, fuck.
Whatever.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I have an idea. I guess it's more for historical purposes or whatever.
What?
But I would love to see a TV show of one of my favorite labels of all time, LaFace. But
Yeah, that'd be
LaFace Records, not through the eyes of L.A. Reid or Babyface, not through the eyes of Outkast or Usher, from like an intern getting hired from the beginning and kind of seeing everything. So it's like they become an A&R and now they're signed to the Usher project. That doesn't work out. And then, because Usher's first album,
Who interned at LaFace and blew up?
I don't know. They
That's
would
who
have
it
to
is.
figure it out.
That's who I would.
Of course, I would want KP. I would love to see KP because KP was an A&R at LaFace. He was an artist first, and then he
just
became an
follow
A&R.
KP.
But
God, I would follow KP.
of course, but
Oh my gosh, that would
that's
be
bias. That's bias. I can't say that out loud.
Yeah, but it's not though.
But I feel like that would be an amazing show, or something like that for Motown, or something like that for Death Row. Like, start it, but don't do it from the perspective of Suge Knight or from Barry Gordy. Do it from the perspective
Because I was
of
thinking
the
Barry. Right.
the A&R that's, you know what I mean, that started there as a job and was like, damn, finally I got my first. And then they saw Stevie Wonder perform, was like, yo, we gotta sign this little boy, something like that.
Even that I heard Diana Ross.
I'm about to say,
Motown.
yeah.
She started. Her record. So let me just say this. And I heard this story because I got a tour of Pittsville when I was younger. I remember they said Diana Ross. She was signed to them, and I think they was working her. You know, they was working her, and back in the day when they was doing artist development, and she wasn't Diana Ross yet, so they still had her answering phones and at the front desk. Like, also, it was like that's how that label was. It was like everybody got to earn their keep. Like we trying to keep this up. So I think she was. So imagine like following Diana Ross, like coming in like that, and then working there, like handle it, and then seeing Temptation, all those people coming in, and now like you understand
because
what I'm
she
saying?
had to break Michael. Smokey
She broke Michael. It would be Diana. I would follow Diana.
I would love a show.
I think that's true. I'm so sorry if I'm wrong. I think it was Diana Ross or Gladys. I forgot who it was, but I think it was Diana.
No, it was Diana.
It was Diana. Okay.
Diana.
I would love a show. Oh,
because my fault. Because they consider we kind of have an idea of it with Dreamgirls. As much as the writers be like, it's not based on the Supremes. It quite literally is like the entire career discography biography. So it's like I think like a more like serious like drama type like of Motown. That'd be hard. Whereas like Diana Ross is the main and like Berry Gordy is kind of like the antagonistic figure, but like he's not like the end all be all.
You know,
that'd be tough.
But they got enemies because Smokey Robinson. You got Robinson. It's a lot of people.
Marvin
Gaye coming in. Imagine Marvin Gaye coming in like, hey, I'm here to see Barry.
Imagine finding out like they didn't sign somebody that became huge.
Exactly.
Like, huge. That'd be crazy.
Hard.
I would love a show and we just giving them ideas.
Yeah, we just giving out ideas.
But I don't care because I just want to see it.
But I just want to see it happen.
Go ahead.
I would love a show, like a literal TV show, 1 season limited series, of the making of Thriller, but from the recording engineer's eyes.
Perspective.
Swedine and
You know what I mean? But from a tracking engineer that's doing all the sessions. Right. Because the thing about all these shows, we all know they're going to be Hollywoodized and dramatized, but I feel like, of course, if we loosely interpret, like, I'm sure there wasn't just one tracking engineer that did the entire Thriller album. Right. But everything is going to get distorted with memory and everything. That if that's the one thing we change so that we could catch all perspectives. Right. That's the same way with the LaFace A&R. I'm sure there wasn't an A&R from day one to the last day. Who knows? There probably was. But if they followed somebody that was loosely based on, because also there's big casts and there was a lot of people working that was in and out. But if there was somebody that was loosely based on a bunch of the A&R and they kept the integral people like Pebbles, like
Pebbles.
TLC, you know what I mean? I feel like it's
so wavy.
Let me ask y'all 2 questions and we got to get out of here. One, let's pick 1 engineer, 1 producer. Who do we think would have the most compelling biopic?
I got it.
1 engineer
and
1 producer.
I have it.
What engineer would have, so let me preface this, cut the clip. What engineer would have the most compelling biopic and what producer would have the most compelling biopic?
I got both.
I ain't gonna lie,
you good.
I genuinely don't know. I feel like there's so much I don't know, and that's why it's so hard. Because I can think about people on the surface of it, like, oh yeah, this person I want to understand. But I know Neil Poe got a crazy story.
Course.
Like I just know, like it's just stuff that we don't know. But go ahead.
Thinking Hollywood. I'm thinking his entire story is Jason Joshua.
I'm not gonna lie.
I literally was thinking that too.
Jason like from Hollywood Records, if I'm not mistaken, to like. There's so much in Jason's story. The Tricky Stewart era.
The Mariah Carey era. Him interning with Dave and Manny.
The Despacito Boys.
The Despacito Boy. I want to say the Chris Brown second era. Like, come on.
Okay.
Jason. And then a producer. Not asking again for the producer.
Can I tell you? I'm gonna put 2 people. I'm gonna say, and this is no shade to any of the engineers, by the way. But just please, in the comment section, let us know who it should be. I'm gonna say Mixed by Ali as well.
Of course.
I would, that biopic.
And we've got glimpses of it in music. That's why.
Because the story is right. It's right there. It's like written. Just being the kids. Bro, people don't realize. That's a great
show too. TDE, like from the
because people don't realize Terrace Martin, Kendrick,
Soundwave, J-Rock,
kid, SZA, like a lot of them
which I'm not gonna lie,
grew up from that neighborhood, bro.
I'm not gonna
lie. Herbie Hancock, like, bro, all those people, TDE, Ali and all them grew up together.
Bro, Washington.
Imagine a like comedy-esque drama show. Kind of perfect example is the Showtime, the Lakers show.
Winning Time.
But imagine something like that for that area of just California music scene in 2005, and then on.
Bro, nigga, that would be cool.
When Game was on top, and then we see
and you see them. They probably not
season
looking up
2 ends with Kendrick getting the torch from Snoop. Remember that House of Blues moment?
Not even season 1 ends with him dropping Section 80.
Yeah,
I want to know what they did to get the broken microphone that's distorted. Oh my gosh.
Imagine Nipsey working on Victory Lap. Nigga, what are we talking?
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Mac Miller coming. Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I would SZA getting signed. Yeah. Oh my gosh. The reason, bro, I ain't gonna lie, TDE, that would be a crazy show. That'd be a great show.
And then amazing. The producer
mm-hmm.
that would have, I think, the most compelling biopic to me, Max Martin. Dog.
Oh my! Can I be honest?
Facts.
Can I be honest? Can I say something about the
And it's
Max
not
Martin
done
thing?
though.
So
Yeah, facts.
Can I say this? Max Martin has had such a seamless, just
Career,
a knock it out the park run
Career.
that I wonder. I want to know if there is. I want to know what his trials and tribulations were. You understand? Because I don't know none of his hardships or anything like that. I want to know what his trials and tribulations were. I could look at someone like what producer could I think about? Like Pharrell.
Yeah.
Oh, she has one, doesn't
Yeah, the Lego one. The Lego movie.
Pharrell,
and watch it if you have it. That Lego movie is incredible. But here's the thing how I want it for Max Martin.
Wow.
If he's listening, if he cares. I would love a movie of his trials and tribulations to him becoming a man. And then I need a show, but a show that's like The Office, not The Office type, but maybe Atlanta type, where it's episodic, but every episode is them bringing him a new song to do. Yo, we need something for Britney. Britney's in town. So there's a 3-episode stretch of Britney. And then later on, maybe, all right, Teenage Dream Time. And it's a whole season of them.
And show us how it all came together, like who called who, what A&R. Like, I would love that because that will also expose in the industry the people that were responsible for, making certain things happen.
Those moments.
I would love
JD
that.
would do that too. JD, nigga, Jermaine Dupri creating So Def. If we got to a season 3 where it's confessions time and it's him driving through the Beverly Center, not giving a damn, and now it's confessions part 2 are all bad. Like,
can I say something? This is one of my favorite episodes. Can I tell you why?
Yeah.
Because I like how we went from talking about music and TV and then went back and brought it back into that'd be a fire idea.
There's so much potential in music programming and TV with the amount of stories, with the amount of classics we've gotten, and of course the nostalgia boom of this era. But
Punch. Sorry, we didn't even mention Punch with TD. Sorry, I'm just gonna say Punch. Sorry.
I would think it'd be through the eyes of Punch, but that's personally him or Ty.
I think they would know best. I think that squad would know whose eyes it should be through best.
Man,
I'm interested in Terrence Martin
because I know they're working on a LeBron doc, but it's through the eyes of, if I'm not mistaken, either coach or what you call it. It's either through the eyes of a coach or from like a news reporter that was following him. I think I heard that they were working on a LeBron biopic from the eyes of somebody, of like 2 coaches or something. But I like that idea because you get to see it from the outside. It's not just, you know what I mean? Because things get distorted when it's Tupac stock from Tupac's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think it coming from the 2 coaches is amazing because we get to see that uncut gem come into that gym and them seeing
I was aware of that.
Versus him, we already know he's the gem.
Right.
Legend,
And we all know when it ends. It ends as soon as he goes into the draft, and that's it. That's all we need to see. And greatness became just like I don't know if y'all seen that, and we gotta cut here. I don't know if you seen the movie, the Nike movie.
Nah.
No.
Oh, with his mom.
With
we made a
Wahlberg.
deal. Yeah.
If you haven't seen that movie, talk about inspire you.
I think it's called Air.
Airtime or something. Air. He saw Michael Jordan in college, and he told Phil Knight, he said, "We gotta sign Michael Jordan, bro." He was like, "I don't care." And the guy that designed the shoe, he was like, "I never did a shoe like this. I'm gonna try this." And bro,
even the controversy with the red and black.
With the red and black, it was a fine. You couldn't have colorful sneakers like that in the NBA. And so Nike decided, let's take the fine because we know this is gonna make so much money. We'll take it. And so we saw those red and black sneakers running up and down the court. And it was just like, what are those? And he became Michael Jordan, dog. Like, and the guy that fought to sign Michael Jordan, I know he's like, I told you, bro. Phil Knight was like, we are this brand. We're not really, the basketball thing is cool. He's like, Converse got that on lock. And he was like, yeah, but we could do like, bro, do you understand? And that's why I fight with y'all, or just with my friends in general, where I be like, yo, bro, do you realize how much power you have to be alive? Like that you could create something, or just make a decision or connect a dot that changes everything. I think about On the Radar all the time, where I say,
capacity.
If God didn't compel me to have the conversation with you and Kev, that day to go, let's build a studio. Okay, but I think about so many things that would have never happened. This none of this would have happened. So we wrapping up. Courtney, take us out, my brother.
You already know what's going on. It is the Studio Nerds podcast, the podcast for studio nerds like yourselves. Please remember to comment your name in the comment section. Well, leave your name so that you can hopefully be lucky enough to win a Rosetta EQ compressor or
Black Vortex, or the new HMD uncompressor, which is coming very soon. Put your at name from Instagram, though.
Y'all always forget my favorite.
Bypass? Yeah. Shout out Bypass.
And the Bypass
And
plugin.
Bypass. Yo, we just got, you know,
We just got things
we
on
got
things
things
on
on things.
And don't forget the hmdcircle.com, $10 a month. You can
You already
support
know.
us and catch so much content, especially if
content.
you've never subscribed, bro. There's so much content
You got so
behind it.
much, yeah.
It's
Oh,
ridiculous.
you got some catching
we
up to
was
do.
reacting
Facts.
to the Shark Tank publishing
That
deal.
finally I can
like,
put up.
ridiculous.
Oh, you
like,
could- oh, yeah.
man,
Because I can put it on the off of YouTube now.
Lit
And
now.
I would and remember, if you don't have anything to add, and remember, just if you haven't, and I implore you, watch the Pharrell Lego movie, please. That is the most inspiring thing ever.
Piece by piece.